Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream session. Today, we're talking about what to do after your GCSEs. So I'm joined by our careers team, who are going to be talking to you a little bit about what your options are and giving you some things to think about when it comes to considering your options after GCSEs. So we're going to start things off with Lisa, who's just going to give us a bit of an overview of what your options might be and the different routes you can take after GCSEs.
That's great, thank you, Nick. Okay, so you may be in a position where you're thinking about what next after your GCSEs. With exam results looming, obviously we've had the COVID pandemic and that's really kind of changed the way that you've been learning recently. You may feel quite daunted by the prospect of having to make a decision about your future options. So you may know exactly what you want to do next. Some of you may have changed your plans and career ideas based on some of the job roles highlighted by the pandemic. Others of you, you might feel unsure, but, rest assured that obviously, the Leicester College Careers team, we're on hand to support you. So, if you're not a student at Leicester College, then you can still get in contact with us, and Kate is going to tell you more about that towards the end of this session. So, what are your options after year 11? Well, what we've got here is a quick guide that we're going to share with you. So after GCSEs, you might choose an academic route and study A-levels, and that's similar in style to GCSEs, but at an advanced level. And you typically choose 3 subjects which are studied over 2 years and with exams at the end. And you'll generally need to have achieved 5 GCSEs grade 5 to 9, including English and Maths. Some subjects may require grade 6 to 7, so you'll need to check. Okay, A-levels are mainly offered at schools with sixth forms or sixth form colleges. You might find that a few further education colleges offer them too. Now, with that, you can progress onto higher education at a university or a college like Leicester College, into work or onto an apprenticeship, including a higher or degree apprenticeship. Now, alternatively, you might choose a vocational route. So this is a more practical way of learning. And courses are offered in most vocational subjects, so from entry level, that's below GCSE, to level 3, which is equivalent to A-level standard, including supported learning options as well. Now, you may choose one main subject area to study. And if you don't achieve grade 4 or above in English and Maths, you will continue to study both subjects alongside your chosen vocational course. Now, you'll be assessed through different means. Now, this could include practical assessments, coursework, exams, or a combination. And afterwards, depending on the level that you study at, you might progress onto the next level course, or a traineeship, or an apprenticeship, or work. And if you enter at level 3 and successfully complete the course, your options could include higher education, university, work, or a higher degree apprenticeship. Now, vocational courses are mainly offered at a further education college such as Leicester College. You'll have access to specialist work industry facilities and the expertise of tutors who have worked in that industry for many years. Now, sixth form colleges offer some vocational courses, and you might also be able to study a range of GCSEs alongside them, but of course you will need to check. Now, a T-level is a technical level qualification, which is equivalent to 3 A-levels when studied over 2 years. And a T-level develops vocational skills and offers a 45-day work placement. So not only do you gain the technical knowledge, you'll have the added benefit of work industry experience in your chosen field. T-levels are new to Leicester College this year and are being offered in health and science, construction, digital and education and childcare. And over the next few years, further T-levels will replace the traditional BTEC Level 3 qualification. Now, after studying a T-level, you can progress onto higher education, a university, work or an apprenticeship. Mainly offered by further education colleges. Like I say, Leicester College is offering them new this year, so do check them out on our website. But some sixth form colleges may be offering them soon too. Okay, another option. Now, an apprenticeship is a real job with training. You'll learn job-specific skills, earn a salary and gain a recognised qualification. You'll need to be a minimum age of 16 and eligible to work in the UK. Now, unless you know an employer who's ready to take you on, there's usually a selection process for an apprenticeship, which includes completing an application form or submitting your CV and attending an interview. And if you're successful, you'll be mainly based with the employer, roughly working a minimum of 30 hours per week, as well as coming to college to study the theory part of the apprenticeship. Now, this may also include English and Maths if required. Apprenticeships start from level 2, so that's GCSE level, and can go up to level 6 and beyond, so masters and so forth. So that's higher education, university level. Okay, another option now is a traineeship. Now, a traineeship is a skill development program that includes a work placement, so it can last from 6 weeks up to a year, although most will last less than 6 months. Traineeships help 16 to 24-year-olds or 25-year-olds with an educational health and care plan to get ready for an apprenticeship or a job. Okay, but you can come back into education as well. So you could choose to study a course afterwards. So that's kind of an overview of all the options, and I hope that's been useful and sets that out clearly for you. So I'm going to hand it back to Nick, who I think has got some case studies for us.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks a lot for that, Lisa. Hopefully that's given everyone at least an idea of the routes that you can take and what some of your options are. We understand this is a difficult time. It's a really hard decision. I can imagine there's a lot of pressure on you to make these choices correctly. But as I said, our careers team is really helpful in partial service, as Lisa said. So please feel free to make use of them and get more advice about what you want to do. So the next stage, as Lisa's mentioned, is we're going to do a couple of scenario-based case studies for people who, might be looking to pursue a certain route. We can basically try and offer some advice. So I'll ask the careers team what they'll advise to these people if they came in and spoke to them about their options after GCSEs. So the first one is Priya. So Priya is a female student and she's interested in the creative industries, art and design. She's 16 years old and she's interested in starting a course in art and design. She wasn't given the option for a GCSE art and design course at school, but she enjoys drawing and producing artwork in her own time. She also enjoys working with computers, and she's not confident about her drawing ability, and she's been diagnosed with dyslexia, so she does struggle with some aspects of reading and writing. And she's worried about pursuing a course in art and design because other people have told her that studying art and design won't get her anywhere in the future. So what advice would we give to Priya in order to help her reach an informed decision about pursuing a career in the arts? What do you guys think about that? How would you approach someone like that?
So I'll kick off, Nick, if that's all right. I mean, first of all, great that you're interested in a career in art and design. Good for you. First of all, don't worry if you've not necessarily been given the option of doing GCSE art and design at school. It's more common than what people think it is. I mean, just this morning I was speaking to a student at school in that situation who wants to apply for an art and design based course at Leicester College, but doesn't have a GCSE in art and design. But the good thing is that if you are producing work in your own time, like you say you are, and you've got this interest in computing as well, that's the main thing. Because if you apply for an art and design based course at Leicester College, you will need to present a portfolio of your artwork. And the programme lead will look at that artwork quite closely, because what that tells us, it tells us a lot about your interest, first of all, in the subject, tells us about your ability as well. And remember, we're not looking for perfection. If you were perfect, you wouldn't need to be doing a college course. But we're looking for some sort of ability for us to build on. And of course, all the rest of it, such as passion and enthusiasm as well. And lots of students, are not necessarily confident about their art and design ability. And I remember sort of way back when I was doing art and design, I really wasn't the most confident person about my art and design ability, because you are amongst students who have really good abilities but might not recognise it as well. And art and design is subjective. It's a learning journey. No one is a finished article when they start studying art and design. It's a process of learning and also discovery as well. So basically, it's brilliant that you're interested in art and design, but just make sure that you keep up your skills in art and design and get that portfolio together. That's, I think, really, really important. Lisa, I don't know if you've got anything else you want to mention.
Yeah, I mean, depending on your focus and particular area of interest. I mean, at Leicester College we have so many art and design courses available depending on your interest. So, if you enjoy art and computers, it might be, the graphic design route that you take with photography. We're also, we've got a brand new immersive design course, so where you learn about virtual reality and extended reality. So, a brand new course with lots of exciting opportunities where you could kind of, combine both interests, sort of technology and art as well. You might want to study a general art and design course, so really build possibly on your drawing skills, but try out different media as well. So, it might be the fashion route that you go down, or, textiles or so forth. So, there's lots of exciting options, and at different levels as well, that's available.
And I think also just to add to that as well, you mentioned that you're dyslexic. Reading and writing is an important part of every course that we offer. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. And that applies to art and design as well. So you will have to annotate your artwork, you will have to write reports, you'll have to write assignments. But just to make you aware that at Leicester College, we have a lot of support available for students who may have other requirements that need assistance. So, for example, we have a really, really good additional support department. So people who can, help with a wide range of assisted learning and go into classrooms and support students. But we've also got learning coaches and mentors as well who can assist students with their learning journey. But, if you want assistance, then we need to know about it. So when you make an application at Leicester College for any course, whether it's through PS16 or whether it's via the Leicester College website, if you do have a registered disability, please, or a learning difficulty, please do let us know about it, because it's only through letting us know about it that we can actually put support in place for you. And it's non-intrusive support as well.
Yeah, and sort of tackling the myth around studying art and design and a future career. I mean, there are a huge number of careers in this field, and if you visit the National Careers Service website and browse job profiles by category, you'll be able to see just how many roles exist. And of course the creative industry is a highly competitive one, we know that, but it's but so is every other industry. And just because you're studying art and design at college, or university, it doesn't mean that you can't transfer the skills you gain to another industry. They're very adaptable, and the creative industry is growing, and it's a really large sector, and I think it's something Britain are very proud of, developing all these creative people. So it's a fantastic industry to get into.
And I think just to add to that, with anything that you do, you need lots of determination, you need lots of willingness to succeed, and you need the ability, I think, to speak to people, to network with people. Talking to people can really, really advance your career. But so is a strong portfolio. That's also, incredibly important. I think that, if you're interested in design-based careers, you've got to have that digital presence one day. If you're not already doing it, do consider having an online portfolio and a digital CV, because, as I said, art and design is subjective, and you've really got to get yourself noticed in a good way, so that employers can really see what your skills are, and make a decision, accordingly. But we can only do that by sight.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the important things as well that you touched on is just, if you're unsure about what area of art and design you want to go into, there's a lot of options out there for you, particularly at the college. There's so many different arts related courses, from sort of digital stuff to like more hands-on stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of options available, and I'd just say go and explore some of the courses that we offer as well. You might get inspiration just through looking through different things that you hadn't considered before.
And also, Nick, we've just quickly, we've got lots of videos, haven't we, that program leads have filmed about not just our art and design courses, but across, I think, most of the curriculum areas. And they're available on the Leicester College YouTube and Facebook channels. But if you're looking for inspiration, or you just want to know, the content of the course and the structure of it, if you watch some of those videos, and we send out the links regularly to students, they can really determine part of your research. That's an important part of it, and it can give you a real insight as well into what that course might be like. And there's a virtual tour as well that you can sign up for on the Leicester College website. And again, you can tour the campuses virtually if you're not able to see them in person. And again, it offers the opportunity to actually listen to what program leads have to say, about their courses, which is, as I said, it could really help to make up your mind.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really good point as well. So we're going to move on to the next case study. So I've got another scenario for you here. So this one is a male student, Joe, who wants to pursue a career as a nurse. They're currently studying GCSEs at school, and he really enjoys science. So he's got a particular interest in biology and knows he wants to help people in his future career. He would like to become an adult nurse. He's been predicted good GCSEs, grade 4 and above in all his GCSE subjects. But due to the pandemic and studying at home, he's unsure about whether he'll achieve those grades or not. Because obviously it's quite a difficult time for people right now, and I can imagine there's even more uncertainty around grades and things like that. So he's heard about apprenticeships, but he doesn't know much about what that option is, and whether it would help him qualify if he wanted to go on to become a nurse. So what advice can we offer in that sense?
All right, Nick, I can kick off with that, if that's okay. Quite a lot to unpick there. And it's quite timely because it's International Nurses Day as well today. So great case study, and obviously great to hear that Joe's interested in nursing, which is a career that has obviously definitely been in the spotlight during the pandemic, as we've known. So careers obviously in nursing are very popular, and more than ever, with record numbers of people applying to start nursing degree courses later this year. And Joe obviously might have been influenced by this, which has helped him to focus his career ideas, as Lisa mentioned earlier. So just overall, nursing is a rewarding career where you have that real chance to make a difference to people's lives. And obviously Joe saying that he wants to help people, so it definitely fits in with that aspiration, and it's got excellent employment prospects. It's great to hear that Joe enjoys science, in particular biology, as obviously that's two really kind of good key skills to fit together with his interest in nursing. And I do get it that Joe obviously might be feeling a bit unsure about whether he will actually achieve those really good grades that have been predicted for him. However, I think, I'm going to go through a few options in a moment, and it's really important that Joe remembers and understands that whatever his results, whatever happens when he gets those GCSE grades, he's got lots of options to help him work towards that goal. So definitely just keep on focused and keep on working towards that aspiration. So what I'm going to do is go through what Joe could study in college or a sixth form to help him to apply to go down the university degree route in adult nursing in the future. So just some general information. To be eligible to study a nursing degree, typically Joe's going to need to have achieved a minimum of 5 GCSEs at grade 4 or above, which is on track for, to include English language, maths and the science. and then he'll need a recognised level 3 qualification, and we're going to go into those in a second. So we always advise students to just check individual university entry requirements when obviously starting out your research and thinking about what to do next after GCSEs, as these can vary. If Joe does achieve those GCSE results that have been predicted for him, so he can consider either the academic, vocational or technical level 3 route, as Lisa's already gone through. Now, whichever level 3 route he decides is best for him and his preferred style of learning, it's going to take him 2 years to complete to then progress to university. So if we look at the A-level route, the academic route, it's going to require Joe to choose a combination of 3 A-levels, which obviously is similar style to GCSEs, all exam-based, and one of those A-levels, would need to include a science subject. Now, Joe could alternatively choose to study the new level 3 T-level, the technical route option, so he could look at the health and science nursing specialism pathway T-level. It's a bit of a mouthful, but that is being offered by Leicester College from September this year. Now this is obviously a 2-year route again, and as part of that T-level he'll be gaining core knowledge, skills and understanding of the healthcare sector, which is obviously really important to give him that grounding, as well as that 45-day industry placement in his chosen specialism, which is really attractive option and is going to give him lots of great experience to apply to a degree in nursing. So obviously that can also support Joe in his progression to university, as T-levels attract UCAS points. Now, because T-levels are still pretty new, and they're very new to Leicester College, because we're launching them in September in certain areas, what I'd be saying to Joe is to find out more about T-levels if he's not too sure, what they mean and what they include. So I'd say to get on our college website. We might be able to put some links in the chat, because on the Leicester College website we've got links to T-level information, as well as our YouTube channel, which has loads of relevant videos explaining T-levels and the specific course that I've mentioned, so that health and science T-level, and it's supporting the adult nursing team specialism. So again, that course and all the detail of that course is on our website. Definitely check that out. And then lastly, Joe could choose the vocational route that we talked about earlier. So that would be typically the 2-year extended BTEC diploma route. We'd advise in either health and social care or applied science as the most relevant BTEC subjects to help Joe progress onto a nursing degree, because of the content of those BTECs and how relevant it is to nursing. So again, this vocational option will provide appropriate skills and knowledge and experience to enable progression to a nursing degree at university. It's important again to mention at this point that universities will ask for certain grades to be achieved, whatever level 3 route Joe decides to take. So again, just to advise always to check with those universities that you might be planning to apply for in terms of what you need to be working towards. And then obviously, again, Lisa touched on this at the beginning, just important to remember that over the next few years, T-levels will be replacing the traditional BTEC level 3 qualification. Obviously, that's already happening in certain areas like digital, construction and health and science. So I thought it was really important to also talk about options if Joe doesn't quite get those GCSE grades that have been predicted for him. And he can obviously look at other options before moving straight on to a level 3 course after GCSEs. Okay, there are other options. So with the T-level route, for example, we have the transition programme, which is a stepping stone to progression onto a T-level, hopefully the following year. So these courses are specifically aimed at students who may achieve grade 3s in English and maths, and therefore are not quite ready for the T-level, but wish to obviously get onto the path to that chosen career. So transition programme is obviously to meet individual needs, and it will focus on developing obviously GCSE maths and English, but also work readiness and introduce you to the technical skills and concepts of the T level you wish to progress on to the following year. So it's a really good kind of, as I say, foundation year at level 2, approximately, to help you move on to level 3. And then alternatively, if he's going down the vocational route, he could look at, if he doesn't get those GCSEs, he could start a level 2 BTEC in a subject such as health and social care, which would provide him with the opportunity to retake those GCSE English and maths alongside that health and social care programme. So obviously that will help him work towards achieving a grade 4, as well as gaining lots of knowledge and skills ready for the level 3 BTEC or T level. So I appreciate there's a lot of information there. Hopefully that's kind of assured Joe that there's lots of different options at level 3, but also alternative options if he doesn't quite get those grades. And I think with regards to the apprenticeship option and alternative options, I think I'm just going to hand over to Saf, and he's going to go through that with you. Saf, I think you're just on mute.
There you go. Okay, well, thank you for that, Katie. In terms of the options that Joe's got available, and one of the questions that he was asking, which is very, very important, was about apprenticeships. Now, Joe can actually use some common websites to find out more about the apprenticeships that are available, and I'll just mention 2. One is the NHS Jobs, because there's an NHS apprenticeship that he's looking for. NHS Jobs website has information on apprenticeships as well. But the one that is the most common and the one that you can access is the apprenticeships.gov.uk, or Find an Apprenticeship, that you could just, it's Find an Apprenticeship website that you could just Google as well. And Joe can actually go onto that website and start searching and seeing what is available for him as well. So he could actually apply for a level 2 apprenticeship, an intermediate, or an advanced apprenticeship. Now, the level 2 intermediate, they're asking for lower entry requirements. The level 3 is like A levels, so they'll be asking for English and maths at GCSE grade 9 to 4 grade, and so on. But you do need to look at obviously each of the adverts and have a look at what the apprenticeships are looking for. Joe could also start at a lower level, so he could work as a healthcare assistant level or a nursing assistant via an apprenticeship as well. It's a possible also that he could progress onto a higher or degree apprenticeships in nursing as well. So if he wanted to be working about 30 hours a week and alongside that do his degree program, which is just pretty good, he'll be able to do that, and he just needs to obviously find that opportunity. Now, he can't go for the degree program without having a level 3 qualification, so as Katie said, he could actually do a BTEC or do A levels and then apply for a degree apprenticeships as well. Now, all options will keep all of the options that we've mentioned will keep his options open in case ideas change. But to be honest, what I would advise that he does, for him to do a bit of research and have a look at careers that are similar to nursing, but also to look into nursing as a career. So maybe look at healthcare careers website and have a look and see what different careers are available as well. And all the information, if you're interested in going to the healthcare professions, is on the health careers website as well. You can have a look at. Encourage him to start looking at sort of his skills, what skills he's got, what personal qualities he's got as well, and also to look at transferable skills that he can use not only for nursing but for other careers that he might be interested in as well. So there's a lot of information there that obviously we've mentioned. I mean, for information, for research, you've got the Leicester College website, and you go to the careers page and you've got career resources, and on there is a wealth of information of resources, including the apprenticeship link as well, so you can have a look at that as well. So I hope that's useful and answered Joe's question.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Safraz. Like you said, there's quite a lot of information to get out there, but hopefully it gives the people who are watching a bit of an idea of some of the advice you can offer, no matter what people's circumstances are. just showing, some examples of people that you might encounter and some of the options available to them. So thank you very much for that. We are kind of running out of time. So I think one of the key things for us to go over now is just how people can get in touch with you. So let's just see if we can get your information up here.
Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, go on.
Just trying to do it quickly. So yeah, absolutely. Hopefully you might know this already, but very much kind of impartial, confidential careers service here. You don't have to be a student of the college to access us. Very friendly, approachable, as hopefully you've seen. So we'd love you to get in contact with us. We're operating an online inquiry form on our Leicester College website. The link is there, and you can actually tell us how you prefer us to make contact. That's normally either telephone, email, Microsoft Teams, or face-to-face. Face-to-face is only for current students at the college at the moment. But yeah, there's the inquiry form link. Just fill out a few details. We're not asking much. And then one of the team will pick that inquiry up and contact you. It's normally within 48 hours, but it's normally much quicker than that. It's often the same day. And there's 2 different teams. So just depending on your age. So on that form, you'll have to let us know if you're 16 to 18 or 19 plus. And if it's 16 to 18, it'll be either myself, Saf, Sonia or Lisa that picks up the inquiry. Or if it's 19 plus, it's the National Careers Service team.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for that, Katie. And thanks for the session today, guys. I hope it's been useful for everyone. And yeah, I know it's obviously a tough time, so hopefully this has helped ease some of your anxiety or concerns about where you're going to go next. I would encourage you once again, if you've got specific questions that you want to ask, careers team are really helpful, so please do just get in touch with them in the places that Katie's mentioned there. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, and thanks to everyone who watched, and we hope to speak to you soon.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Nick.
Bye.
Bye.